Okay, alright, I have no idea how this video is going to turn out, so forgive me if this video looks, sounds, anything terrible. I have done another classic case of messing with my settings a lot. I'm trying to make the audio quality just better in general, because I feel like it's gotten a little worse lately, and I'm not proud of that, so I'm trying to make it as good as I can. I think I've gotten it. I think this is gonna not only sound, but hopefully look a lot better. I just feel like I gotta try and work on my quality a bit. So let me know if this sounds any better or worse than the previous episodes of this playthrough did, because this is my first time using these different settings, but I would really appreciate any feedback I got on whether or not they're actually good. So yeah, anyway, let's get to one of my least favorite WrestleMania matches I've ever seen. And we don't get a video for it. Okay, well that's probably a good idea. Sergeant Slaughter returned to the WWE near the end of 1990 with a shocking announcement. He had a change of heart and had become aligned with the Middle Eastern country of Iraq, thus turning his back on the WWE and America. The two things you should never turn your back on as a proud WWE American. At the 1991 Royal Rumble, Sergeant Slaughter won the WWE Championship from the Ultimate Warrior. Meanwhile, Hogan won his second consecutive Royal Rumble after the match. Hogan became incensed when he learned that Slaughter was defacing the American flag. Hogan promised to stand up for his country, for the WWE, his country, and all of his Hulkamaniacs by taking the WWE Championship from Slaughter as soon as possible. By the way, love the purple strap. Love the purple strap. Very good touch. Very good.
The following contest is
my favorite menu song.
And is for the WWE Championship. Making his way to the ring, weighing 310 pounds, the WWE Champion, Sergeant Slaughter.
Sergeant.
WWE Champion Sergeant Slaughter has turned his back on America. Well, Slaughter reinvented himself, wrote a whole new playbook. If Hogan expects to win this match and the WWE title, he'll have to pull out all the stops. It is easier to keep the title than it is to win it. Hogan will have to dig deep if he expects to defeat Sergeant Slaughter.
Yes. Talk about a storyline that all the non-American viewers can really get invested in. This is it. And I believe this happened during the time in which a war was going on. This was known as a very poor taste move of WWE, and I am honestly surprised that they'd want to include this.
From Venice Beach, California, weighing 303 pounds, the immortal Hulk Hogan.
It's mayhem here in the City of Angels. It's Hulk Hogan. I have never heard an ovation like this for anyone in my life. Hulk Hogan waving Old Glory as he makes his way to the ring. Looks to be in the best shape of his entire life.
He looks exactly the same as he did at the last WrestleMania. Wasn't this the same WrestleMania that Warrior and Savage had a match? That was like, they like busted their asses in that match because they were literally trying to make this main event look like shit. Or was that might have been Mania 8. No, Mania 8 was Flair and Savage. Yeah, that was definitely Mania 7 then. Ultimate Warrior and Randy Savage in the retirement match, in which I believe Randy Savage lost and then came out of retirement because nobody can tell the Macho Man when he's done, or something like that. I think that was like the reason why he came out of retirement, was because nobody can tell him he's finished. He's done when he says he's done. Screw that storyline. No. I am a real... No, I'm not a real American. I mean, I'm part American. I wouldn't call myself a real American. I've spent about 4 or 5 years there my whole life, but I'm part American.
Tremendous title match. And there it is. That's what we're here for.
I keep going to be like, oh, this looks so grainy, and then I'm like, of course it does. They put that stupid filter over it. It's got nothing to do with me. That's just how the game looks. But yeah, there's something I'm really worried about happening in this recording, which is you may or may not be hearing it right now, and if you are hearing it, I'm very sorry. That's the audio doubling up. I've been trying to get my settings perfect on OBS. I know no one really cares about this kind of stuff, but does anyone really care about Hulk Hogan versus Sergeant Slaughter? Come on, man. I've been trying to get my settings perfect on OBS because my capture card, the like recording program that comes with it, I've been using for the last 8 years for recordings, and it's okay. It's all right. I mean, I don't really love it. If I could use something different, I gladly would. The thing I dislike about it the most is that I'll record these videos, and obviously I know that the PS3 had a lower output. It was only 720p, so obviously they will look a bit grainy when I edit them and render them and then upload them to YouTube. Like, they already are pretty grainy to begin with because the PS3 mostly was a 720p console. It could do 1080p, but like very little games could do it, and I think they lagged pretty bad when they did. The PS3 was definitely weaker than the 360, is what I've come to learn in my time of having a PS3. I'm not really sure what inspired me to... Oh no, I know what inspired me to switch to the PS3. A hen inspired me. If you don't know what that means, I don't know what to tell you. Google is your friend. PS3s and hens go hand in hand. And I've pretty much told you all I can tell you. A modded Xbox 360 is very hard to get a hold of, is what I will say. And I'll leave it at that. Let's go full Hogan. Let's start posing our asses off. Oh, he does actually use a chair in this match, if I'm not mistaken. That's a correct spot right there. Oh God, please let this just end immediately. I just want to grab both the legs like that. That's so weird. Win by pinfall, so I don't even have to win off of the leg drop. By the way, Sergeant Slaughter just kicked out of a move that I think at this point in time pretty much next to no one had ever kicked out of. Like, Ultimate Warrior, I think, is like the only guy at this point. Maybe Andre? I can't remember if Andre kicks out of it. I don't think Andre kicks out of the leg drop. But, you know, Sergeant Slaughter. There you go. Slam on the steel chair, that'll do it. Oh, go away. just go away. But yeah, anyway, I think I completely went off track, as I generally do. I was gonna say, no, you don't. Okay. That was weird. I'm worried that the audio is going to be doubling up because I have it playing through a pass-through, like a listen-in thing that's in OBS, and it's showing it going from multiple audio devices, but I think it's only being recorded once. I don't really know how to explain it. It sounded okay in the preview of the recording I tested. But if the audio is a little crappy, I do apologize. I'll go back to my old stuff. I'm just, more than anything, I'm just really hoping that this looks better, because I just think these videos have looked really bad lately. I know, as I said before, I know obviously a lot of that's because PS3 graphics weren't great, because you know, well, I mean, for one, you can't even record with an HDMI without getting splitters, which is going to make it look worse anyway. So you're better off using Component. But Component is a low quality recording compared to HDMI. For anyone that's curious about this kind of technical battle.
History has
Woohoo.
been made tonight. An unprecedented three-time winner of the WWE title.
Yay.
The WWE champ once again.
Thank
Undoubtedly,
God.
this has been the most memorable night in WWE history, and you are a part of it. I've never seen anything quite like this. The gold, once again, around the waist of Hulk Hogan.
I've never seen anything quite like this, he says after seeing Andre the Giant get slammed by Hogan, or like Macho Man versus Hogan, or Hogan or Savage versus Macho Man, or literally any other WrestleMania match. Fucking give me Executioner versus... I can't even remember now. I can't even remember who the first WrestleMania match is between. It's like Executioner and Tito Santana or something like that. Give me that. I'd rather watch that than Slaughter and Hogan. That's just so bad. I genuinely cannot believe that match main event at a WrestleMania. What a time to be alive.
Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game, made waves when he debuted in WWE.
To be the man, you have to beat the man.
But no waves were greater than the ones he made when he chose to target Macho Man Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth.
Look at this, Gene Okerlund. Look at this, everyone. Woo! You know what this means? It means Randy Savage Elizabeth was mine before she was yours. Woo! Here we are in her living room, on her sofa, where we spent so many enjoyable hours. Woo!
As Flair continued his public verbal assault on the integrity of Miss Elizabeth, Macho Man kept quiet and refused interviews.
What makes you so macho? What makes you a man? What makes you a savage? You put the three together, and when you put them against this man, you come up a loser. Savage, WrestleMania VIII, the big show. It's you and me.
With Mr. Perfect in his corner and Savage pushed to his breaking point, Ric Flair looked poised to retain the WWE Championship and forever tarnish the names of Miss Elizabeth and the Macho Man.
This rivalry was very strange. That's what I will say about it from my memory. This rivalry was very strange. Oh no, she had a relationship before she got with Randy Savage. Therefore, her value is lower. Or some shit like that. I love the way they finished this rivalry, by the way. For anyone that's never seen this before, after this rivalry ends, like the very next like show and like Superstars or something, they're like, the pictures were photoshopped. It wasn't real. And that's just it. They wrap it up by just casually mentioning on commentary that the pictures were edited. They weren't real. And that's it. That's the end. WWE Champion Nature Boy Ric Flair, looking to further cement his legacy, antagonized Macho Man Randy Savage for weeks leading up to their match at WrestleMania VIII. Flair targeted Savage's only real weakness, his love for Miss Elizabeth. According to Flair, he and Elizabeth had a steamy love affair. Flair presented pictures of Elizabeth and Flair dining together as proof of their illicit behavior. Week after week, Flair threatened to release even more incriminating photos of Miss Elizabeth. Savage remained silent, preserving his rage for the most opportune time at WrestleMania VIII with Flair's WWE Championship on the line. What a bastard. I mean, the whole implying that he was going to, like, leak her nudes, basically, was fucked up.
Approaching the ring, accompanied by Mr. Perfect from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing 232 pounds, the WWE Champion, Ric Flair.
This is what it's all about. The goal is on the line. The WWE Championship, held by Ric Flair, and Macho Man wants it back. Now, if you want to be fair to Flair, you got to be fair and say, that's one heck of a road. Confidence
Fair to
oozing
Flair.
out of the reigning champion, Ric Flair.
That was a line on commentary I heard so much during this time. It's not fair to Flair. Bobby Heenan just losing his shit on the commentary. Yeah, that was something that was said a lot. Also, here's a random pet peeve of mine to do with this championship in this game, because I really like the winged eagle. I hate the name winged eagle so much. All eagles have wings, but it really bugs me that randomly it doesn't have the studs on it sometimes.
245 pounds, Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Listen to this place go crazy. A standing ovation for the Macho Man. Oh, this match is going to make history, JR. All the weeks of humiliation and frustration. All the verbal taunts and the alleged photos of Miss Elizabeth. And now it's all come to this. Ric Flair may have done himself no favors in enraging Macho Man as much as he has.
This is a great outfit, by the way. Great fit, Macho Man. Great fit. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I read a thing recently that I thought was quite fascinating. It said that Macho Man preferred to have a Velcro strap before those were more of like a common thing like they are nowadays. So you'll notice that during his reign with the championship, it was a Velcro strapped championship as opposed to the kind of studded general, snaps that every other championship would have. I don't really know why I was reading about this, but it just came up somewhere and I was like, oh, well, this is interesting. Yeah, so he preferred to have it so that he could just quickly rip it off with the Velcro. So I guess in a way he was really ahead of his time with that, as that's now quite a common thing that they do. I think they kind of alternate between the two depending on like what the wrestler prefers, to my understanding now. But back then I think it was pretty much always studs, barring Macho Man. I mean, maybe Flair had them, I don't know. But that was kind of what I was getting to, is I'm pretty sure I remember thinking to myself when Hogan came in with it at one point, in his match against Wario or something, in a previous episode of this. I mean, I recorded the last episode of this like a couple of weeks ago now, but I think I remember looking at it and kind of silently thinking to myself, like, okay, it does have the studs on it. Why do I remember using it once in Universe and getting rid of it immediately because it didn't have the studs, which made it look really weird? Yeah, I'm that petty. I will literally change my mind on something in the game. That, it's got to be pleasing to me. Why not? It's my own, I'm just playing the game. But then I saw Flair just coming out with it, and I noticed that it didn't have the studs again, and now I'm really curious to look back at previous episodes and see if it always didn't have them, or if that was maybe like a genuine acknowledgement of the fact that Flair also didn't wear a studded version, he wore a Velcro version. I don't know. But then I think, if I remember right, Randy Savage's Velcro one, from what I read about it, it still had, I think my sound is desyncing, by the way.
One man whose woman you don't disrespect. It's Randy Savage. Well, Macho Man can't be in control.
Oh yeah, that's really out of sync. Hang on, the best way for me to find this out would be to go for a pen.
Oh, did you see the force behind that? And Savage goes for the cup and
yeah, that's like a little bit behind. That's weird. I don't know how that happened.
Ric Flair is getting what he deserves. You can only push
Hit Savage's elbow drop and pin for 10 seconds. Okay. But yeah, I think I remember reading that Savage still had the studs on it. The Velcro was hidden. It's just that the studs didn't actually connect. I think is what I'd read. Again, this is all just something I'd like read about for like a moment on like Instagram at one point. Very interesting though. I wish I could give credit to who I'd read like post it.
What is that? Oh, come on.
I think the game might actually just have sound out of sync, because this cutscene seems to be synced up fine. Yeah, that seemed... The sound effect kind of matched the time of the strike. Also, this was an open roof arena, and it was like daytime during this match. I know I'm just picking... I'm just picking at things at this point, but it's just something I remember. I'm pretty sure it was still like day during this match.
It could be academic
oh no.
This is not the position you want to be in.
Yeah, this match did end with a roll up, didn't it? Like this.
Oh my gosh, here's the body press.
No.
Kicks out convincingly. Ric Flair, absolutely one of the
Ah, yeah, the broken pin from 13. I do that again. I don't think I'm going to be able to win with it. Yeah. I think he genuinely needs more damage done to him. I really need to get used to the reversal timing on this. It's one of the things that I remember throwing me off when this game first came out, is they really changed the timing of the reversals compared to 13. But the whole gameplay for 14, I don't know if you can tell by just watching it or if you have any memory of it at all, but it's a lot faster. It's very... For a moment I was like, oh wow, yeah, look, there's the blue sky. That was a rope. That was a bottom rope. Is that going to be it? There you go. Are they going to show the post-match cutscene between those two? Oh wow, they actually put it in? I don't remember this. Wow, they actually... Oh god. Boy, they really didn't put any emotion on her face at all.
And now it's mayhem. Here is your winner and new WWE champion, Macho Man Randy Savage.
And now it's got studs on it again. I know I'm just over speculating a fucking video game belt, but I'm positive when Flair came out it didn't have anything on it. It's so weird. Ah, they didn't come up with those logos in the corner back then. No, they rolled credits. Gotta get really technical with this. Shame on you, 2K. I mean, this game was mostly made by THQ, if I remember right, because I think 2K just kind of picked it up when it was already finished. Made a few changes, maybe. I don't really know. I don't remember the whole process there. You know, I wasn't behind the scenes. All right, well, we are now up to the WrestleMania that I've most recently watched. The worst WrestleMania of all time in a lot of people's opinions, and I definitely think that's a fair criticism for this WrestleMania. This WrestleMania was bad. Very bad. Beginning with his debut in 1992, weighing over 500 pounds and utilizing the devastating bonsai drop, Yokozuna was an unstoppable monster in WWE. At the 1993 Royal Rumble, Yokozuna earned a title shot against WWE champion Bret Hart by outlasting 29 other superstars. I don't think I'd go that far. He came in pretty late in the Rumble. He didn't outlast every single participant. During the contract signing, Yokozuna attacked Hart with a massive bonsai drop. Bret, son of legendary grappler Stu Hart, in survivor of the infamous Hart Dungeon, would face his biggest challenge ever against Yokozuna at WrestleMania IX.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Championship. Introducing the challenger, weighing 505 pounds, Yokozuna.
It would seem that the odds would be in favor of that man, Yokozuna. As soon as Yokozuna came out to the ring, the sky became cloudy. That's a bad sign for Bret Hart. The odds makers here in Las Vegas have Yokozuna as the heavy favorite to win. No pun intended.
Good old JR. Wasn't even... Well, no, he did commentate this one. This was his first WrestleMania. This was his first WWE show, if I'm not mistaken. and they still didn't put him on Raw for an entire year. I don't know when he finally gets a spot on Raw. I'm pretty sure it's quite a long way away still. But I'm currently watching Raw in 1994, and I haven't yet heard. Oh no, I haven't heard JR. He got a commentary spot on the one just before the Rumble, I think. They seem a little bit directionless when it comes to commentary since losing Heenan, but I guess that's a huge loss. I love Fink's intros.
Legendary wrestling heart family. There's the Hitman. It has been a hellacious week for this young man, but he is here and he is ready to fight. Yokozuna has not once looked away from the WWE Championship around Bret's waist. He is focused and ready for this challenge. The WWE Championship means so much to Bret Hart. It's all about earning respect and earning the WWE Championship. Something that Bret Hart has trained his entire career for.
Here's a fascinating little thing for anyone who's a bit younger and hasn't looked back at stuff, you know, just didn't watch, didn't care, whatever. Whatever your reason is for maybe not knowing this. I mean, I think a lot of people probably do know this, but for those that don't, here's a fascinating little thing for you. Bret Hart won the WWF Championship. Okay, so here's what happened between WrestleMania VIII and WrestleMania IX, because I find this really interesting. Ric Flair won the championship back from Randy Savage. I think on pay-per-view. I think. Oh no, I think it was at a live event. I think he won it at a live event, so it wasn't televised. All of a sudden, you just got told that Ric Flair was the champion now. Because I think Randy Savage was taking some time away because his marriage with Elizabeth was coming to an end. Then Bret Hart is like not even really being pushed that heavily, and literally all of a sudden you watch one episode of Superstars towards the end of 1992 and the commentary are just like, and now here comes a clip of press X one near a standing stunned opponent, press square one near an opponent about off the ropes, hold square one. Okay. All of a sudden they're like, we're gonna pull up a clip of Bret Hart winning the championship from a live show because he just fucking won it out of the blue on a live show from Ric Flair. It's so weird. I don't imagine them doing that now. Imagine like all of a sudden you like tune in and like Roman Reigns like fucking feeling like it's never gonna end title reign just gets announced as being over because at a live show, like I'm trying to think of someone like really random, like they're like, oh, Elias. Just yeah, he beat Roman live event and now he's the champion. That's honestly what it felt like when that happened. So I was like, okay, I know Bret goes into WrestleMania IX as champion. I'm actually really interested in seeing when and how he wins the title because I've never really heard much about it. Yeah, his first world title win was just suddenly announced after a live show. But I don't think TV wrestling was really that big of a deal. Until Raw became a thing. I know they had Superstars for a longer time, and I think they had primetime wrestling as well, but I think genuinely they just weren't as big from what I can tell. Like, it wasn't until like a year after Raw started that I think wrestling really changed in that way. Superstars was just squash matches with like little to no storyline and these really corny but kind of enticing pre-recorded promos. I'm not saying they were bad, they were just very corny. Yeah, there's an interesting little fact for anyone that maybe didn't know that. Bret's title reign started from a random house show. And I know, for a fact, I've already had it spoilt for me before by looking into the championship's history, that again, at some point later on, Bret randomly loses the championship to Bob Backlund at a live show, who then immediately loses it to Diesel at the same live show. But I think Diesel is in the middle of a push when that happens. And I think they just wanted to give Bob Backlund another title reign. Like one little moment for... I don't really know what they were going for, honestly. Maybe Bret didn't want to work with Diesel or something. I don't know, I haven't looked into it. I prefer to leave that stuff when I've actually watched it. I don't know what year that happens. Don't tell me. I'm trying to avoid, you know, looking into it any further than what I already know. I still haven't gone to WrestleMania X yet, by the way. For anyone interested in what I've been watching, I still haven't gone to WrestleMania X. I've only just actually finished the Royal Rumble. I've been a bit slacking lately.
Bret Hart has a sharpshooter applied. Bret's got it locked in.
Oh, that bastard! That horrible man!
Into the eyes of Bret Hart, and the ref didn't see it.
Well, time to crush him. Just not even do the bonsai drop, just pin him? Okay. Oh, and for anyone that's never seen this before, get ready to find out why this is the worst WrestleMania of all time. They didn't give him his big black eye.
And Yokozuna in the sharpshooter until Mr. Fuji threw ceremonial salt in the hitman's eyes.
Hulk Hogan had like the fucking ugliest black eye at WrestleMania 9, by the way.
Okay, my Yokozuna, issue your challenge. If any intestinal fortitude you would accept my Yokozuna challenge.
This was so fucking dumb.
Come on, you yellow belly, come on!
Bret's telling Hogan to go for it. And Hulk Hogan is in the ring. Wait a minute. Oh, no! Fuji going for the salt and trying to blind Hogan. And he hits Yokozuna by mistake.
Player 1 is now Hulk Hogan. Oh, lucky me. Didn't he just go straight into the fucking big boot leg drop combo? I mean, close enough, right? Yeah, this really happened. For anyone that didn't know that, if there is anyone that didn't know that. This really did happen. Hogan wasn't even in contention for the title. He was barely around at this point. He'd been gone for a year because of a steroid trial.
I don't believe this. Hulk Hogan, with the blessing of Bret Hart, accepted the challenge and captured his 5th WWE Championship. The WWE title changing hands 2 times. What a day it has been, and what a WrestleMania.
Oh no. Let me fix that. There we go. Sorry about that. That definitely... I now know that those weird audio glitches come up in the video, so I'm very sorry about that. I spotted one when I was editing. They don't happen too often, thankfully, but yeah, my external hard drive has decided that it's in use. It doesn't need to be. There's no reason for it to be, but it's in use. My virus scanner's probably decided to start scanning. I might just start disconnecting it when I'm recording. Probably be a good move, because it causes my microphone to not get enough power for a second, and then that causes all kinds of audio glitches. So yeah, that's what's going on there. Anyway, so here's a little fun fact for everyone watching this that again hasn't already heard. If you've already heard this, don't get mad at me for telling this. I'm literally just trying to educate anyone that doesn't already know and doesn't feel like looking into it. Hulk Hogan, without any contention for the title at this point in time, randomly came out and won the championship from Yokozuna because Yokozuna just, for some reason, after winning his first ever world title, went, yeah, let's fight Hogan. What could go wrong? Because I think they were just too afraid to close out a pay-per-view with a heel winning, because they wanted Yokozuna as champion, you could tell. But yeah, so anyway, after Hogan, who has been gone for like a whole year, wins the title, You don't see him on TV at all until like the week before King of the Ring, which is 2 months later because it was in June. And Hogan loses the title immediately back to Yokozuna because of a screw job where a cameraman throws a fireball in his face, which I think was Harvey Whippleman or something. And then Hogan is gone until his contract runs out, and then he goes to WCW. So I think Hogan winning the title at WrestleMania 9 is honestly one of the worst decisions like ever, because it was just to make people happy at the end of WrestleMania. There you go. So now we're at WrestleMania 10, which I haven't seen yet. I've literally never watched this pay-per-view, so from here on out, it's all a little bit unfamiliar for me, but I'll be saving that for the next episode. Obviously, I know of the matches that are in this game, because I've played this mode like 2 or 3 times in my life, because I think 30 Years of WrestleMania is probably one of the best modes they've ever done. It's a really, really good idea, and I'd love to see them do a new one, like 40 years, or maybe like, you know, something years of SummerSlam, something to like celebrate one of their other big pay-per-views maybe. Just something nice like that would be good to see again. But you never know, WrestleMania 40 is coming up, maybe they'll do something, because this was for WrestleMania 30, so maybe they'll do something for WrestleMania 40, you never know. But anyway, when we come out next time, I will begin WrestleMania 10, Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental Championship, to find out who the real champion is. I've been enjoying this storyline so far from what I've been watching, but I'll see you guys next time. Sorry for babbling on so much about stuff that you probably already knew. As I say, it's fun to, like, I'm not like trying to like talk down to anyone, I'm trying to literally share information with people that maybe don't know it, that's all. So yeah, I'll see ya next time, where I will have a lot less information to share, because I don't really know anything about WrestleMania 10 to 21. Other than what I've experienced in games. Yeah, sorry, I'll shut up now. Bye bye.